Welcome to my live. Today we are working on the transfer This Way To, is what it's called, This Way To. It gives you a couple options. So you've got the This Way To, and you have two arrows to pick from, which way you want it to go. And then you have the option to choose where you're going. So it gives you the option of the lake, adventure, the mountains, or the beach. And then a little pattern with it. So we are going to do the arrow, the beach, and the This Way To for ours today. So before we get started on chalking, picked a few colors out. I'm going to show the ombre technique. I have peacock, couture teal, and bright white. I'm going to show you that technique in the word the beach. And then I've picked out another complementary color to add for our arrow and some of our other wording. And then I want to show you and talk about this technique that I did on this canvas. So let me zoom in and show you the canvas. So what I did, you can tell it's not white. It's not white. Let me show you. This is the color it started off as, white like that. And I sat here thinking I didn't want to do this sign on white canvas and thought, what could I do to change the color? And I don't have watercolors or anything like that at my house. Those are all in my classroom. So I sat around thinking about how I could do some kind of a colored wash on my canvas. So what I ended up doing is I took the plain white canvas, this color, and I spritzed it down with my bottle of water that I always have to add to my chalk paste when it starts to get a little bit dry. I add this water to it. You guys have watched me do that. So I sprayed the whole canvas down. I took fawn color because I thought we're doing beach themed signs, so I wanted something kind of sandy. And so I took this and I dipped my fingers in and just got a little bit on it. And then I just, in a circular motion, I started going over the canvas. And at first it was a little bit trial and error, a little bit more spray of water, a little bit more of the chalk paste. And finally I got kind of a swirly, dried, and I even did the edges of the canvas all the way around and then dried it really well. So I did that before I went live and then cleaned up my area, dried this with the hair dryer good so it's ready to go, and now we can just go ahead and chalk on it. So if you're one of those people that you want to use canvas but you want something on the canvas before you start to chalk, you can make a wash out of any of the colors of the paste that we have and try this technique. I loved it. Now I haven't chalked the rest of it on top of this layer, but we're going to try that tonight live right now so that you can see the finished result. Okay, so hopefully everyone is in a safe spot and you are all comfortable and ready to go. So the ombre technique is really simple, but it can be something that people are afraid to try because they haven't done it before. So let me lint my transfer. and then I'm going to show you the steps of it. It's going to kind of go fast, so let's get our colors ready to go. I'm going to stir these over here so that we can just boom, 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 do our 3 colors and be ready to go. All right. I don't know how thin that one is. Let's stir these up. Okay, so it's a real, I think it's a really easy technique to do, but I've done it a couple different ways, but I'm going to show you the way that corporate teaches us to do it. That way you know the actual factual technique on how to do it. Especially if you are a new designer, this will be a good how-to video for you. All right, so I fuzzed this transfer because it's fairly new. All right, so grab a couple of your squeegees. You're going to use a couple different colors. So the first color we're going to do is, hold on, can't see comments. I got a screen that popped up here. All right, so you're going to go on your transfer. Let me start at the top. I don't want to make anything confusing. All right, so we're just going to go with this color about halfway down, all the way across the board. And if you feel like you're a little bit now, we're just going to let that little pool of color right there stay like that, because now we're going to we're going to leave space between the 2 colors, and we're going to do this next color all the way across, leaving a space across the middle, just like we did there. And then we're going to come in with some white, and we're just going to dot it across the middle all the way to the other side here. We're dotting some white there. Okay, and then with our finger, we are going to just kind of go through, and we are just going to blend all the way across. So it's kind of getting a little bit of both of the colors and mixing. Kind of making a tint of the colors combined. Going all the way across while it's still wet. We're pulling in both of those colors. And you kind of will feel about how far you can do it. And that's it. That is all there is to it. Then I'm going to peel this off, and we'll see what it looks like. So there you have it. Those 3 colors mixed. And you can make this mixed color in the center as big or as skinny as you want it to be. I kind of did a good 1-inch swirl all the way through. So you can see, when you look up close, you can see all 3 of the colors. You can see the bottom where it mixed and that top color. So that is how you officially do ombre. All right, so that's the first part to our sign. I dripped white right there. All right, so let's put these colors away. Got some white from on the lid here. All right. So that was really pretty. I love the way the dark and the light in the middle really play off that background that we did. Looks really cool. All right, so now we need a color to do our arrow and our this way too. So let's kind of look at, I suppose I could, since these colors in the middle kind of pulled out a little bit of blue, it would be cool to do blue. We could do a neutral, like a bark or a black, but I'm wondering if maybe one of the blue colors, maybe this is kind of, you know, seaside, oceany looking. Let's try that one. This is Morning Sky. Not too dark, not too light. I kind of wanted something a little bit not playing against the colors that I'm using. So you can pick whatever you want to put in your home. Whatever is going to go with the theme of the sign you're making is fine. All right, so Morning Sky. Just giving it a quick stir here and make sure we got it all smooth and ready to go. All right, let's peel our backing off. And then we'll just put it on the fuzz cloth, pick up a little bit of lint real quick. And your arrow can go however, whatever direction from where you live, wherever the direction is to go out the door to go to the beach. If you're going to hang this in your living room, then you can kind of think about what direction the beach is from here. But this is a fun one. And my daughter has a beach themed room, so I thought this would be really pretty as a compliment in her room. All right, just make sure that's down good. It's nice and no air bubbles in it. We'll just go through and notice I keep my squeegee kind of almost straight up. That is just so I'm adding the right amount of pressure to my silk screen so that the chalk paste is going through that screen and onto my board. And we'll do the same thing here. These squeegees are just like your kitchen spatula when you're working at scraping cookie dough out of the bowl that you just mixed it in. You just have to apply a little bit more pressure to get the dough off of the sides. Very good. There is our sign, and you can do whatever color combinations you want to do. I think this turned out nice. It's almost made it look, almost made that morning sky color look a little bit like a periwinkle compared to the background that we created. So very cute. We're letting our colors dry here. Okay, that turned out nice. I love the way the background fawn turned out so nicely in complement to this, to the wording on this. Very nice. Well, hope you guys have a great Sunday night and a great week this week. We're going to have some hot weather here in Michigan, but I hope you're in a safe place and have a great week this week. If you are not a member of my VIP group, comment, add me, and I'll add you to that. And like this, love it, share it with your friends. Spread the chalk love. Good night.